Welcome back to part three of our Dave Masterson series. Today I do have a workshop for all your true crime gear. This is the True Crime Lounge. For any updates on my channel on podcast, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I also have a Patreon that you can join for episodes that's scheduled to come out. Um, with that being said, why don't we dive into today's episode, shall we? Now, you're probably wondering, why isn't Hyde on that 90s show? Well, Laura Prepper and Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, and Wilmer Valderrama will all reprise their roles in the sequel series, but Masterson's character is not part of that 90s show. It also doesn't include a flashback, isn't included in a flashback and secrets of the original characters. In the famous infamous basement, in his basement isn't addressed. Absence isn't addressed. Now, news will break in May 2023 that Masterson was found guilty of raping two women in 2003, but the jury could not reach a verdict on the November 2001 allegation involving an ex-girlfriend. He is set to return to court on August 4, 2023 with the two charges. He could face a prison sentence of up to 30 years. A second verdict is now reached, and Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life on September 7, 2023, and after he was convicted on two counts of forcible rape during a sexual assault retrial. Um, the judge would go on to tell the actor that you are not the victim here. Your actions 20 years ago took another person's choice and voice. Your actions 20 years ago today were criminal, and that's why you are here. Following the trial, the Masterson's defense attorney, Sean Hawley, announced they will appeal the stay in federal court in the criminal courts per deadline. Now, Masterson's mugshot was released in December 2023, and he began a 30-year prison sentence at the North Kern State Prison in Delano, California. Now, US would confirm in a late January 2024 that Masterson was transferred to a maximum security prison in Cochran State Prison in Central California. The famous prison that once housed Charles Manson. And us confirmed in February 2024 that after just a few weeks, Masterson once moved again. This time he was located to a medium and minimum security facilities men colony in San Luis Obispo, California. Now, with the actor being sentenced to 30 years to life in prison of raping two women, you're probably wondering what now? Well, Masterson did star in That 70s Show, a TV series that was airing at the time his crimes took place, and the prosecutors that argued that Masterson had relied on his status as a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability, and the judge allowed the victims of the crime to read impact statements in the hearing, and prominent former Scientologist and actress Leah Remini also attended the hearing and comforted the girls before and after they delivered their statements. As the judge read his sentence, the maximum penalty allowed, his wife was seen in the courtroom breaking down in tears. He was found guilty in May at the retrial, and that first jury was unable to reach a verdict in 2022. But his conviction, Masterson was deemed a flight risk, and he was taken into prison custody. The actor was convicted after three women testified that he sexually assaulted them at his Hollywood home from 2001 to 2003, during the height of his television fame. And the jury heard his testimony in that he had given drugs before he assaulted them, and he was found guilty of rape against two or three of his accusers. And the charges brought by the third accusers was declared a mistrial, and said they did not plan to retry the case. Allison Anderson, a lawyer representing two of the victims, said in a statement that the women have displayed tremendous strength and bravery by coming forward to the law enforcement and participating directly in the two grueling criminal trials. Throughout the trial, prosecutors have argued that the Church of Scientology helped cover up the assault, but the allegations on the organization has categorically denied. And at the time of the attacks, Masterson said that three of his accusers were Scientologists. Several of the women, it took them years to come forward because the Church of Scientology officials discouraged them from reporting the rape to the police. Now, we really wondering what are the Scientology officials saying on this? Well, they told one survivor that she would lose her membership to the community unless she signed an NDA and accepted a payment of $400,000, according to prosecutions. And during the trial, the judge allowed both sides to discuss the dogma practices of Scientology. In a statement to the verdict in May, the Church of Scientology said there was not a scintilla of evidence supporting the scandalous allegations, in the church harassed the accusers in court on Thursday. One of the women described as being shunned by her mom, who is still a practiced Scientologist. And she texted her and told her that she is never to contact her again. Can we just face it? These people in a cult. I'm sorry. I know that's not gonna make me get monetized on YouTube, but I talk about a lot more deep stuff than this, and they're in a cult. Um, Another woman said that she was being victimized by the Church of Scientology and never spoke out. And Masterson was first accused of rape in 2017 during the height of the hashtag #MeToo movement. He denied the accusations, and each said the encounter was consensual. Charges came about 3 years after the investigations by the LAPD. Prosecutors did not file charges on two cases because of insufficient evidence in the SOL. Now, Jessica Barth also attended this, and she founded Voices and Actions in the wake of the hashtag #MeToo movement. And her nonprofit works to encourage others to come forward and report abuse. Before the hearing, a motion for a new trial by Masterson's defense team was denied by the judge, according to the LA court official. After a very brief turn in Manson's old prison, Masterson has another home behind bars. He is serving out the opening months of his 30-year sentence. The convicted rapist has moved to a Cushier, next of the California Men's Colony in San Luis Obispo. And unlike the harsher conditions and harsher residents of the Golden State's high security Cochran State prisons, where Helter Skelter leader spent his last 2 decades before dying in 2017, the men's colony is a medium and minimum security facility. Now, concerns for the inmates' well-being begat the 47-year-old and the 70s actor moved that week. Masterson is not eligible for parole until 2042, and he is was denied bail as a flight risk. Now, you're probably wondering what inmates like Masterson is. Well, he is housed at the men's colony and the rest facility, have an opportunity to take advantage of the increased academic and career education, as well as a self-improvement program including cognitive behavior therapy programs, substance abuse education, criminal thinking, anger management, and family relationships. The prison was first built in 1954, where it sits dead in the center between LA and San Francisco, and it housed about 3,400 inmates in total. The CDCR said that he has attended the upper role officials in May 2038 for consultation for incarcerated persons. Now, the actor is a co-defendant in a civil case by several women from his criminal case who are alleging that the Church of Scientology harassed them and their families after they went to the police with their sexual assault charges, including a failed attempt to get the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. The church has tried every possible avenue to get the case tossed out and close the doors. Now, along with serial rapists, killers, and the man who murdered Bill Cosby's son, um, the 70s show actor is a resident of the California Cochran prison, transferred from DTLA to North Quern, December 27 as well. Now, Masterson, along with the Church of Scientology, yeah, keep that in mind. But you would think that's where the family drama stops, right? Getting a divorce, but no. Join me next episode as we talk about Family Feud.